Welcome to solverfy.
Okay, so in this case we need to count how many bit strings of length 10 there are that either begin with 3 zeros or end with 2 zeros. Okay, so that means when you have here the word or, that means that in this case we need to count all the strings that either begins with 3 zeros. So let me create some notation. So it begins with the zeros or end with the zeros. We'll put it this way. Okay, so the number of strings that begins with the 3 zeros or end with the 2 zeros, it's going to be equals to what? Well, to all the possible arrangements. So that's going to be the total all the possibilities. So this is all the possibilities. Sorry, I got confused. So this is going to be equals to all the strings that begins with the zeros, with the 3 zeros, plus the strings that end with the zeros, and minus the intersection, that are those strings that begin with the zeros and end with the 2 zeros. Why? Basically, it's just by set theory. You have here the set that begins with the 3 zeros, here the set that end with the 3 zeros, and if you sum them, you have all the set, but you're counting twice here the intersection, so you need to from here subtract the intersection, that is, or are all those strings that begin with the 3 zeros and end with the 2 zeros. Okay, so we need to count separately all these quantities. So let us start with SB null. This is the set, well, the number of possibilities or arranges or ways of a string that begins with 3 zeros. Okay, so the length of our string is 10. So we have here 3, 4, until 10. So the length of the string of our string is 10, and the first 3 positions are going to be fixed by the 3 zeros. So we end with a remaining of 7 positions that are free of choice. So and at each position, because it is a bit string, we can put either 1 or 0. So we have 2 possibilities here, and in the next we have 2 possibilities, and so on. So this SBO, those strings that begin with 3 zeros, are going to be 2 to the 7. All the possible ways to arrange these kind of strings. The other is S that SE null, that are all the possible ways or possibilities of strings that end with 2 zeros. Okay, so in this case is really similar to the previous one. Okay, so we have our string of length 10. Okay, so this string has length 10, but now we are fixing the last 2 elements on the string. Okay, and for the remaining ones that are going to be 8 positions on the string are going to be free. So on each position we have 2 possibilities. We can put either 2 or 1. So this results in 2 to the 8th power. So S E null, it's going to be 2 to the 8th. And the last thing that we need to calculate to replace in our function are all the strings that begin with 3 zeros and end with the 3 zeros. That means in a string of this structure we have the 3 beginning elements of the string with zeros, then we have here the intermediate values until the end, where we have 2 other fixed values, 0 and 0. So here we have 5, and actually here I can put all the elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here the length of the string is 10. So 3 are occupied at the beginning, are fixed, and 2 at the end are fixed as well. So we have 5 elements that are free in this case, free of choice. So here we can put either 1 or 0 again. So we have 2 possibilities for each position, and that result that S, B, and E is equals to 5. To 2 to the 5 power. So now we need to replace all the values. So all those strings that are either begins with 3 zeros or end with 2 zeros are equals to 2 to the 7 plus 2 to the 8 minus 2 to the 5 power. So these to the 7 are all that begins with 3 zeros. These are all that end with the 2 zeros. And this is the intersection of those two sets to eliminate the double counting. And this result into 352.